Hi, it's Pastor Andy. And in today's Friday preview, I want to talk about our Hub Sunday this week. And this week is, for most of the world, or at least much of America especially, is what is called Halloween. But this date really, this holiday really derives from a Christian perspective, and that is because November 1st is considered All Saints' Day, and saints are hallowed people, holy people. In fact, the word saints really means, from the Greek, the word means holy ones. And so on the eve of All Saints' Day, it has been historically called All Hallows' Eve, the eve of all the holy ones, and particularly those who have died in the previous year, is how it has been celebrated now for many, many years. Well, one of the things that we must consider as we consider those saints that have passed before us is the fact that one of the things that we learn from them allows us to sustain hope in the midst of trials and challenges in our lives today. And of course, we all know that our lives have been filled with many different types of challenges just in this last 18 to 20 months or so that will forever be known as COVID. But we all have different seasons in our life that seem to be more challenging than not, others that seem to be more filled with joy and hope than not. But that word hope, we have to realize that hope comes from the fact that we believe something is true in the past that gives us a hope for the future, and that hope is realized in the present. That is, we don't have hope in the past because we can't change the past. The past is done. We can learn from it. We can maybe hope that something repeats that happened in the past, or hope that something does not repeat, but we can't hope the past changes. It won't. On the other hand, hope is in the present. We are not hoping the future. We are hoping about the future. We hope in the present. We have hope in the present, and therefore our hope is in the future. Well, over these last, say, 16 months now, I think, we've been talking about one of two words, and primarily the word hope, because in the church we often talk about love. But on Hub Sundays, we've been talking about the need for people to have, to get, to keep hope, and trying to figure out our role in that. And last month we looked at Titus chapter 2, verses 11 through 14, and we talked about that blessed hope that Paul mentioned there, and the idea that Jesus, the coming appearing, that he has already appeared once, but that he is going to appear again, is the blessed hope for those who believe. And then this week we're going to just look at the next chapter, and that is in Titus chapter 3, verse 7, where it talks about, and backing up a few verses, it talks about the fact that God's grace has already appeared. God has already saved us. And because of that, we can be heirs of hope, that we can have hope that we are heirs of eternal life. Again, something that is in the future that we have in the present because of promises that we've seen God fulfill in the past. So that's what we're going to be looking at this week on Sunday. Again, Titus chapter 3, focusing primarily on chapter 7, but verses 4 through 7, I guess a little bit more in their entirety. And as we do that, hopefully that will encourage you, perhaps inspire you, perhaps allow you to maintain that hope that you have. But if you have hope, my encouragement then is to also to allow you to want to spread, to encourage you, to encourage others that they might have hope as well. So that is our Friday preview for this week. Next week, we will turn back to Romans. We will be in November, and we will be finishing Romans within the next few weeks in November. And so I know many of you are looking forward to that, and then looking to what's ahead. You have hope for what's ahead, but it's been a great ride through Romans. I hope you've learned a lot. Again, we will complete that by the end of November, Lord willing. And at least that's the goal. But this week, Titus chapter 3, and let's talk about the hope that we have as heirs of the promise of eternal life.